Hello, gym owners. Today we have a very, very special training. For those who can see me, or maybe you can hear if you're on the podcast, is I'm actually with my cat Kobe, who's giving his dad lots of cuddles. My wife and I are full term as of today. So you will have a little brother very soon, darling. But that is not why we're here today. We are here to overlook through a sales process that one of our inner circle members has. I'm going to dive through a few questions that they had. I know that you guys who run gyms will have a lot of the same questions. So look below this training, there'll be a little document that you can run through. We're going to go through a few very, very simple things that this gym owner can do to improve the results that they're getting off ads. Now, I guess the good news is they're running their own ads at the moment. I'm kind of assisting them. They're getting really, really good results, which is great. Now, what's happening at the moment, there's an initial automated message, going out. So he's saying like, I'll say my name. It's like, hey, Jimmy, thanks for your interest. A team member will be in contact to touch base soon. In the meantime, please check out, link to the offer. Okay. Now, what we want to do is just improve that a little bit. What we're looking for in our leads is to go from a lead, a name, email, phone number that we get, into an engaged lead, someone that replies to a text, picks up the phone, replies to an email. So that's what we would call engaged. And so what we want to test is just changing that to be like, hey, Jimmy, thanks for showing interest in training at Code 5 from our Facebook ad. Just wondering, what is your main goal right now? Losing weight, adding muscle, or getting fitter? Let me know, John, whatever the business name or sales rep is. Now that works really, really well. And this approach we've changed across like all of the ad accounts that we're running, the people, especially in the inner circle. We do a lot of one-on-one sales mentoring, one-on-one business coaching as well. And this conversational approach, I actually learned it from someone else. I forget who. But look, it works really well. It engages the lead, helps identify their goals. There's actually like 15-week follow-up that you can use that I'll talk about in a moment. Okay, and then we want to follow up with calls and texts. Okay, so current approach, call the lead ASAP. Currently, 1 out of 10 leads answer, which is pretty common. Okay, so you want to continue, calling ASAP. The quicker, the better. If you're using like an automated software, guys, just make sure that you have a system set up where you get a text message when someone opts in. So, say for example, if I opt in now, you should get a text message saying, Jimmy opted in for this offer with my phone number. So then you can just one click call me as soon as possible. Leaving a voice message is great, but just make sure that you follow up with a, basic SMS off the bat. If you're using like, say a lot of our members will use a system called ACR, and in that ACR system, if they're calling off ACR, then what they will do is they won't follow up with a message because it's already within that platform. Now, if you're SMSing off, say, ACR or something similar, but you're calling off your personal number, that's where you just want to message them and be like, hey, Jimmy, it's John from XYZ Fitness. I sent you a text off a different number just asking your goals. This is my private number. I just gave you a call. Can you give me a call back? So just let them know what is this different number that's like, you're calling them off, because I know that does happen in like a lot of, different businesses, different sales processes and things like that. Okay. But again, guys, calling immediately, it just shows you're proactive and serious. Like there's a lot of data on this. The faster you can call a lead, just the more money you're going to make. Definitely follow up with SMS because it has like 98% open rate, and people open it really, really quickly, which is absolutely incredible. Okay, then if we go to number 3, okay, so email and SMS follow up for the first 10 days, sending an email, following up with call to action to, book a phone call. I would just change those follow up emails and text to try and get them to respond. And so that's where we ask questions like, do you prefer to train in the AM, PM, or lunch? Do you have any injuries? Have you worked with a personal trainer at the moment? Are you looking for group training or one-on-one PT? There's a multitude of different questions you can ask. In this document here, there's actually like below this training, guys, there's 15 weeks. You'll see heaps of different questions. They're rephrased, they look differently, that you guys can just put in your business and they work amazingly well. For the frequency of contact, first 7 days, you want 3 points of contact. Next 7 days, 2 points of contact. The next 7 days after that, ongoing for anywhere up to 365 days, just 1 point of contact each week is more than enough. Maintain enough frequency. You do have to call and contact your leads frequently. If you have a business, we get a lead. Say we have 2 gyms, right? Both the gyms get a lead right now on a Monday at 10:45 a.m. They both get that lead, right? If they follow the same systems, right? and they contact at the same times and they're sending the same text message and the same emails, right? And if business A stops after 5 days and business B stops after 50 days, business B is going to eventually get that sale while business A doesn't. And so that's where like frequency and duration of contact means a lot. And after that first 10 days, guys, you can just contact them like once a week. You don't have to like bomb them, you have to call them. It's just like you just stay in contact. Even once every 2 weeks, you just keep them in your pipeline to keep being on the top of their mind so they come and train with you. Okay. And also, like in a business, like phone calls mean a lot. So if you have business owner A calling their leads once a day, business owner B calling their leads twice a day, business owner B is going to grow 50% faster. Okay. So calls and texts are the main way you're going to get bookings. Email's great, but you don't overly have to follow that like too much. Emails, phone calls, text is the best. And so let's summarize this, okay? What I would do if I was this business owner, okay? I would have changed that initial message to make it more conversational in nature, okay, to try to get someone to reply. Okay, I would increase the call frequency if we can. If we can get one extra dial in every day or even every 2 days is a big, big increase. Prioritize SMS over email. If you're like short on time, just text them, don't email them, especially if it's not automated. We should all be automating this or having a goal of automating our sales processes using, some type of tool. Obviously, we use ACR, but there's heaps of others out there by the end of this year for sure. But if you're doing things manually, just go phone call, text is all fine. And then after the 21-day period, that's where you'll definitely, when you're ready, have an automated system that's just kind of messaging them, emailing them on a weekly basis, just to touch base. You'll be really, really surprised how many sales you guys get off that. So, guys, I hope that helped a little bit today. If you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to reach out to me. There'll be the training document below this training, and hopefully that helps. It'll give you like a little bit of context on a few things. Bye bye, guys.